Don't you get tired of always having to take off of work to go to an appointment at your doctor's office? Because they're only open Monday through Friday? Or do any other errand for that matter? That is why I present to you the far superior 4-day work week. Instead of working 5 8-hour days during the week, you only work 4 days. And for 10 hours each day. Now, some may argue that this makes you less productive of an employee working that long in one day, or just that a 10-hour day can be grueling. Let me go ahead and debunk all that. First things first, the elephant in the room. When you work 4 10-hour days, you have 3 days off instead of 2. I know, this is already starting to sound like a dream come true, because a 3-day weekend is what most people dream of. So when you work this kind of schedule, you have it every week. You don't have to wait for the holidays anymore to have your Mondays off or your Fridays off. If that isn't your cup of tea, you can always stagger your days off too, having Saturday and Sunday and then maybe a Wednesday off. The best part about 3 days off is you get more time off. This is a guaranteed day off during the week, like I just said, having that Wednesday. It makes things much easier to get done, because when you're trying to get all your errands done, everyone else is at work. Not to mention, now you only have to worry about driving to work 4 days a week, which is especially nice if you have a long commute to work. Saves a ton of money on gas. I, for one, used to live an hour away from work, and I loved my 4-day weeks. And for you parents, it gets even better. This means less days they have to worry about getting daycare covered, so even more savings. And I mean, more money and more time with your family. This has got to lead to a happier you, but that's just my opinion. Now, as I said earlier, some argue that working a 10-hour day makes people less productive, but personally I can say this isn't true. I mean, I work 12-hour days now, and I remain as productive at the end of the day as I am in the beginning. In fact, many hospitals run off this same schedule. They work 12-hour shifts. And it's been proven to be the most efficient staffing method for medical personnel, according to the National Library of Medicine, which they gotta know what they're talking about. So how can someone complain about a 10-hour day being too long when hospital staff are thriving on 12-hour days? This doesn't make sense to me, and I bet it makes even less sense to those who are working far more than that, like those of Japan's workforce, a country that is one of today's leading powers in the business world, and is renowned for its work ethic, with workers traditionally working 50-hour work weeks. So you can imagine how tired they are at the end of the week. However, Microsoft Japan, a company based in Japan, implemented a 4-day work week. Exactly what I've been talking about. And it caused their workers' productivity to jump by upwards of 40%. They claim that this was because workers were happier with having an extra day off, meetings began to be more concise and to the point, and employees were really putting their noses to the grindstone when at work, because knowing that they had one less day to get the work done, they still had the same time, but the fact that they had the less day was causing them to put a little pep in their step. And with all that, they say the boosted morale. That's the main thing of having that extra day off, is what caused all that to happen. So even after all that, the company thought of even giving a $900 bonus for vacation after seeing that. So with all that said, you're probably wondering right now, how can I sign up for this kind of work schedule? Well, it's simple. You just talk to your supervisor or your manager and see what you can work out. So I'll say it right now, you're welcome.